She says you don't need to call, but you may want to.
So we want to run through just a little bit of etiquette. You are all on mute. When you want to speak, make sure that you take yourself off of mute. And then if you would, put yourself back on mute so that your background noise from whatever location you're in isn't bleeding through. For anyone who is joining us via Facebook Live right now, we are not responding to comments posted on Facebook. We just let you know that for full disclosure.
Okay, we'll start in just a few seconds. We're ready? Call the meeting, the UME Union High School District Governing Board number District 70 to order. All rise for Pledge of Allegiance and vote of silence. Mr. Lana, would you lead us, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may all be seated. Thank you for all attending today. Those of you on Facebook, we appreciate you logging in and viewing us today. Next item is board member reports. Board members may have a discussion about conferences, visitations, legislation, special recognition, donations, etc. Does any board member have anything they'd like to bring before us this meeting?
I have one accolade I would like to bring up, if I could.
Certainly. Go ahead, Jackie.
I would like to thank every teacher who has reached out to our students via regular mail, postcards, emails, every way that they've attempted to get in touch with our kids. And all the messages and encouragement from our staff has been phenomenal. So I wanted to say thank you.
Thank you. Any other board members? Okay, moving on. Superintendent's report. Mrs. Thompson.
Thank you, President Townsend. Thank you for being flexible in this meeting. And I just want to echo Board Member Kravitz's statement and just call attention to the fact that all of our teachers, 100% of teachers prior to spring break had already logged into our Canvas learning management system, and we're starting to put things on that system for our students. It's honestly amazing. It has exceeded every single expectation I could have ever hoped for. I have never been prouder to be in Yuma and UME Union High School District than since this. We've really just seen amazing things coming out of all of our leadership, and our leadership is at every level. So I want to thank you, everybody, all staff. We have people working on campuses that are essential employees. Our principals have set up different shifts of people to all in an effort to keep everyone safe and campuses clean, but making sure that our campuses are a functioning place and that no damage comes to them during this time of shutdown. There just isn't an employee group or an employee that hasn't been a part of keeping us successful and keeping us reaching out. And of course, our students, they are so resilient. And every time I talk about our students, everyone knows I'm so full of pride when it comes to talking about our students. But this is something that every single grade level has other things that they expected for the spring to bring them in their high school experience and their families, and especially to our seniors. This is an incredibly, not only crazy time, but a time of grieving, because there are a lot of things that go along with the high school experience for the senior year. And I want to assure the board and those watching this meeting virtually that we are working fast to put things in place. It's not going to look the same, but we are working to put things in place over time that will recognize our seniors and just try to highlight everything that we can possibly highlight about them for this year. And again, it's not going to be perfect, and it's not going to be any kind of replacement for what a ceremony may look like in May. But we are going to try to look at other options and other things, and we have staff working on that very hard. And thank you to all the parents that have positive ideas, positive input. I know it seems like things sometimes are taking extra time, but none of us have been through anything quite like this. And our core business is teaching and learning, and that's our main priority. But in no way does that ever take, precedence over the social emotional part of high school as well. So thank you to everyone, and thank you to our parents and our families, and mostly our students, for the incredible patience and resiliency that they show every single day. And that is my report.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Any questions for the superintendent? Okay, we'll proceed on. Informational items, budget update, overview of the 2019-2020 UE Union High School District internal budget. Ms. Cordery. Ms. Cordery.
Hello. Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Let you go to sleep.
Well, actually, I'm caught just a little bit off guard because I thought we were just going to go right over that, but okay. I don't actually have the. I'm sorry. Oh, Gina, I thought you were saying something. So I don't actually have the budget in front of me, but we are tracking very well, and everything's going according to plan.
As board members, we all have it in our packet, so does any board, yes, does any board member have any questions? Okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Cordery, for being prepared.
Sorry. But guess what? People are paid and bills are paid.
That's important. Thank you. Okay, moving on to consent items. Adoption of items of routine nature and those that normally do not require deliberations on the part of the governing board. The board member may pull items which will be discussed and voted on separately. Is there anything, any items that need to be pulled by any board member? Is there a motion?
I move we accept the consent items as presented.
I'll second that.
Motion made by Mr. Gwynn, seconded by Mr. Lotta to approve the consent items as presented. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye and raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Action items. We're going to pull action items 5.5 and 5.6. They will be pulled for this from this agenda. So action item 5.1, if I can get to it. There we go. Consideration to approve intergovernmental agreement with Sun Corridor for network services. It is recommended that the governing board approve the intergovernmental agreement between UME Union School District number 70 and Sun Corridor for network services. Is there a motion?
I so moved.
Second.
Motion made, that was Ms. Kravitz, seconded by Mr. Gwynn. Is there anything you would like to add, either Mr. Brienz or Ms. Thompson, to this? Any questions or discussion? All in favor say aye and raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 5.2. Consideration to approve revised facilities night supervisor and student nutrition manager job descriptions. It is recommended the governing board approve the revised facilities night supervisor and student nutrition manager job descriptions. Is there a motion?
I move we approve the revised facilities night supervisor and student nutrition manager job descriptions as presented.
Motion made by Mr. Gwynn, seconded by Ms. Mellon to approve the revised facilities night supervisor and student nutrition manager job descriptions. Mr. Brienza, Ms. Thompson, anybody like to comment further on these positions in this change?
I'd like to make a comment. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Just with the collapsing of minimum wage over the years, we've had several positions all start out at minimum wage. This allows for more supervisory options and availability for our supervisors at night, also student nutrition. And they'll have some additional supervisor skills and evaluations they will do on top of their duties as well.
Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And raise your hand. Motion carries unanimously. Item 5.3, consideration to approve the revised 2019-2020 compensation packet. Both the current and the new packets were in your board books. Is there a motion?
I move that we, the governing board, approve the revised compensation package for the 2019-2020 school year.
A second.
Motion made by Ms. Mellon, second by Ms. Kravitz, to approve the revised 2019-2020 compensation packet. Is Mr. Brins and Ms. Thompson, anything you'd like to add to this? Okay.
The 2019-2020 was a very slight change, and we just keep, anything we have to change, then we bring back to the board.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor say aye and raise your hand. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 5.4, consideration to approve the revised 2020-21 compensation packet. It is recommended, there it is, that the governing board approve the employee compensation package for the 2020-21 fiscal year, including the protection of wages for the employees in the facilities, night manager, and student nutrition manager positions. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Gwynn, seconded by Mr. Lotta. Is there any questions or discussion? Mr. Brins and Ms. Thompson, anything you'd like to add?
You want to comment on this?
Yeah, so reflects some hard work by Diane Cordery and her team to allow for increases to different grades at a flat amount of 50 cents, 75 cents, all the way up to $1.50 for several different grades, and also a 2% increase for the upcoming year on top of the increases to the grades. So we're very proud to be able to do that. Diane, would you like to add anything else?
No, nothing other than we did meet with the compensation committee with classified staff, and part of the meeting, they did understand the whole separation of the flat dollar amounts and the 2%. We did send out an email to them recently, but that wasn't part of the meeting that they had. So hopefully that'll be a nice surprise for them on top of. The idea was that we were going to wait until we had a budget, but now it doesn't look like the state budget will know exactly what that is. So we do feel comfortable that we can offer the 2% to our classified staff in addition to this. So hopefully we're being as equitable as we can possibly be and solving a problem at the same time for them.
Any questions? Okay, here none, we proceed to vote. All in favor say aye. Raise your hand. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 6, future agenda items. Does anybody have anything they'd like to put on a future agenda? And maybe, I don't know, May will probably be just like this meeting.
Yes, May will be a virtual meeting as well.
Okay, hearing none. Anything else we need to discuss? And the next meeting is Wednesday, May 13th in the professional service building here at administration. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Motion's been made to adjourn by Mr. Gwynn. Is there a second? Second by Ms. Mellon. All in favor say aye. 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 Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you all very much.
Shelley texted in.
Oh, wonderful job, everybody. Thank you. Nice seeing your faces.
Yeah, I hope you can get out of your driveway in the morning.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Gravel your driveway so you can get in and out.
Thank you. You have a for that.